Student, in today's CET lecture, we are going to solve the questions based on these three parts. That is the first one, it is a relative growth. Second one, it is the types of growth curves. Growth curves. Okay, growth curves. And we are to study the questions based on the differentiation, de-differentiation and redifferentiation. So student, whatever the questions are already provided to you, that questions we are going to solve in this lecture. So see that question. The question number 9 as per the question bank. The question number 9, fastest phase of S-shaped growth curve is, okay, fastest phase of S-shaped growth curve is, the options are given. The first option lag phase, second option log phase, third option stationary phase, and fourth option both A and B. So what is the fastest phase of S-shaped growth curve? It is a log phase. So the second option, it is your correct answer. You are aware with that. Okay. Then the next question number 10. Growth at cellular level is principally a consequence of increase in the amount of. म्हणजे जेव्हा ग्रोथ सेल्युलर लेवलला होते त्यावेळेस नक्की ग्रोथ ही कशामध्ये होते, त्याच्यामध्ये ऑप्शन्स दे आर गिवन. द फर्स्ट ऑप्शन द प्रोटोप्लाझम, सेकंड ऑप्शन DNA, थर्ड ऑप्शन सेल वॉल and fourth option cell organelles. So the growth with respect to single cell means what? It shows increase in amount of the protoplasm. So the first option, it is the protoplasm. So you remember, student. Then the next question number 12, which one is the correct graph for the arithmetic growth? So four graphs are given. See that graphs. The first such type of the graph is given. Okay, such type of the graph it is given. The second graph they are given. This graph shows the linear growth curve. The another option it is given. It shows the such type of the S-shaped growth curve. So this is the linear. Okay, this is S-shaped growth curve, and the third option they are given. They are given the parallel line or that straight line growth curve. Okay, straight line growth curve, straight line growth curve. Okay, and the fourth option they are given. It is the hyperbola like the growth curve. Okay, so the question is based on this. See what is that question? Which one is the correct graph for the arithmetic growth? Which one is the correct graph for the arithmetic growth? In the arithmetic growth, you know that the one cell they remain meristematic and other cells they get differentiated. So because of this, what type of the growth is seen? We observed there is a sudden increase in height or the length of that the plant body. Means that growth curve, it is the linear growth curve. Means what is the correct answer? The first option, it is the correct answer. It shows a linear growth curve. Okay, it shows the linear growth curve. So remember, in the other type of the growth, means in case of the geometric growth, what we observed initially, the growth rate, it is very minimum. and it is followed by there is a sudden increase in growth, and it is followed by there is a stationary phase or that adult phase it is seen. So that growth curve, in case of the geometric growth, it is S-shaped. Okay, so remember, and these are the options, other options they are given. So what is the growth curve with respect to the arithmetic growth? It is a linear growth curve. Then the next question, number 13, it is based on the relative growth. Okay, it is based on the relative growth. They are given the two systems. The first system, it is a leaf A. Okay, leaf A. This is the first system. And another system, they are given there, the leaf B. It is the another system. See, what is meant by the relative growth? The relative growth means we are to compare the increase that growth at time with respect to its the previous growth, or with respect to its the initial growth. Okay, with respect to its initial growth. So you remember. So how we are calculated that the relative growth, how we are calculated there? The final growth minus initial growth divided by the initial growth. Okay, final growth minus initial growth divided by the initial growth. What we obtain from this, we have the relative growth. So student, with respect to the relative growth, see the question number 13. So this question, it is based on the two systems, system A and system B, means the leaf A and leaf B. Okay, so see, in the leaf A, it shows the initial growth, it is a 5 centimeter square. Okay, and what is this final growth? The final growth, it is a 10 centimeter square. Okay, in the leaf B, means the system second, they are having the initial growth, it is the 50 centimeter square. And what is this final growth? The final growth, it is a 55 centimeter square. Okay, so in the both the system, what we observed, there is an increase in the area up to 5 centimeter square. So there is a, how much growth is seen? The growth is seen, it is a plus 5 centimeter square. Okay, so here in this system A, there is a increase up to 5 centimeter square. In the system B, there is also a, from the 50 to 55, there is also a increase in the 5 centimeter square. Okay, there is an increase in the 5 centimeter square. So on this, there is a question. What is the question? In which system they show the maximum relative growth? So we are studied student in revision theory lecture. What we saw there? We saw there when the living system it is smaller, then it shows the maximum relative growth, and when the living system it is initially larger, then they show the minimum relative growth. So with respect to this, there is a very simple question. You read very carefully and you see what is the correct answer. See that the question, the given figure shows the growth of 2 leaves over the period of 1 day if the absolute growth and the relative growth rate, then select the correct option. See the first option, the absolute growth for leaf A, it is 1%. Relative growth rate of leaf A, it is 1. Absolute growth for leaf B, it is 2. And the relative growth for leaf B, it is the 2%. See the second option. The absolute growth for leaf A, it is 100%. Relative growth rate for leaf A, it is 5%. Absolute growth for leaf B, it is 10%, and relative growth rate for leaf B, it is 5%. Then see the third option, absolute growth for leaf A, it is 5 centimeter square. Then relative growth for leaf A, it is 100%. Then the absolute growth for leaf B, it is the 50%, and 50 centimeter square, and relative growth rate for leaf B, it is 10%. Okay, see the fourth option, the absolute growth for leaf A, it is the 5 centimeter square. Relative growth rate for leaf A, it is 100%. Absolute growth for leaf B, it is 5 centimeter square, and relative growth rate for leaf B, it is 100%. So what is the correct answer? See here the system A, it shows the increase in 5 centimeter square. Then what is this initial growth? The initial growth, it is a 5 centimeter square, and how much increase it is seen? There is a % increase is seen. Okay, so here the growth is 100% in this system A. Okay, then you see in the system B, what is that growth? That growth, how much it is? The initial growth, it is a 50 centimeter square, and what is their increase? Only there the 5 centimeter square increase. Okay, 5 centimeter square increase. In the sense, the for 50 centimeter, okay, for the 50 centimeter, how much increase is seen? Only the 5 centimeter square increase is seen. Then how much increase for the 100 centimeter square area? Okay, so what is actually, how we can write this? The 500 centimeter square divided by initial growth, it is the 50 centimeter square. Okay, 50 centimeter square. So 0 and this 0 get cancelled. Then 5 ones are 5. Okay, and 5 tens are 50. Okay, so what is the increase in the second system? The growth in second system, it is the 10%. Okay, there is a 10% growth in second system. So see student, what is the correct answer? The correct answer, it is the third option. It is your correct answer. The absolute growth for leaf A is the 5 centimeter square. Okay, absolute growth for leaf A, it is a 5 centimeter square. Then the relative growth rate for the leaf A, it is 100%. So it is a 100%. See the absolute growth for leaf B, it is a 50 centimeter square, and relative growth rate of the leaf B, it is 10%. So this is your correct answer, means third option, it is your correct answer. So student, I think you understand well what is meant by the relative growth, and how you calculate that relative growth, and how you compare that relative growth. So you remember. Question number 14, the growth in plant is, see the option, only determinate. Second option, only indeterminate. Third option, mostly determinate. And fourth option, both determinate and indeterminate. So what is meant by the determinate and indeterminate? म्हणजे मर्यादित आणि अमर्यादित आपण असं म्हणतो. म्हणजे प्लांट्समध्ये लीफ असेल, म्हणजे पानं असेल, फुलं असेल, फुलातल्या पाकळ्या असतील, याच्यामध्ये ग्रोथ आपल्याला डिटर्मिनेट ग्रोथ दिसते. परंतु त्याच्या प्लांटची इन्क्रीज इन हाईट किंवा द ग्रोथ बिकॉज ऑफ द मेरिस्टेमॅटिक ॲक्टिव्हिटी, ती कशी दिसते? इनडिटर्मिनेट दिसते. So the growth in plant is both determinate and indeterminate. So the fourth option, it is your correct answer. Okay, fourth option, it is your correct answer. Then see the question number 15. Okay, see the question number 15. So for that, student, there is a one graphical representation. Okay, so whatever the graph they are given, they are shown the S-shaped, okay, they are shown the S-shaped growth curve, okay, and in that S-shaped growth curve, what they are shown? They are shown the sites of the growth with the help of the letters, okay, with the help of letters. Student, what is taken on this x-axis? Yes, what is taken on this x-axis? We have to take the time, okay, time on this x-axis. Then what is the actually growth, okay, actually growth, or we have to say as per your the question bank, it is size, growth in size. So this is the S-shaped curve. They are given the A site, B site and C site. So this is the A site, okay. Then the next site, it is given the B site. Okay, this is the B site and this is the C site. So these three sites they are given, and on this there is a question. Okay, there is a one question. So see the question. The given graph is drawn on the parameters of growth versus time. Here A, B, C respectively represent. So A, B and C, what they represent, such type of the question is there. See the first option, exponential phase, log phase, steady state phase. Second option, steady state phase, lag phase and log phase. Third option, log phase, steady state phase, logarithmic phase. And the fourth option, they are given log phase, lag phase and steady state phase. So what is the answer, student? The second option is answer, the steady state phase. So A means it is a steady state phase. Okay, how we are to judge the answer? On the basis of sequence given in the question. So what we have to identify? First we have to identify the A site, then we have to identify the B site, then we have to identify the C site. So what is that? The A site, the steady state phase. So this is a steady state phase, okay, or we have to say the stationary phase or adult phase. Then the second B side, it is a lag phase. So B side, it is a lag phase, okay, the growth is very slow. Then the C side, it is a log phase, okay, it is a log phase, means this is a lag phase, this is a log phase and this is a stationary phase. So the second option, it is your correct answer. Next questions which are based on the differentiations, differentiation, de-differentiation and redifferentiation. So what is meant by the differentiation? Here the differentiation means there is a formation of the permanent cells from the meristematic tissue. It is called as a differentiation. In that, what is formed? Epidermis is formed, cortex is formed, endodermis, pericycle, pith, xylem and phloem. So all these permanent things they are produced from the meristematic tissue. Then the de-differentiation. What is meant by the de-differentiation? The de-differentiation means that permanent cells they again divide, means they regain the power of division, and what they form? They form the interfascicular cambium and cork cambium. So there is a formation of the meristematic tissue from the permanent cell. It is called as a de-differentiation. And what is the redifferentiation? Then again the redifferentiation means there is a again differentiation, पुन्हा differentiation होणं, त्यालाच आपण रिडिफरन्शिएशन असं म्हणतो, की ज्याच्यामध्ये इंटरफॅस्क्युलर कॅम्बियम अँड कॉर्क कॅम्बियम हे डिवाइड होतं आणि पुन्हा परमनंट सेल्स फॉर्म होतात, की ज्याला आपण सेकंडरी झायलेम, सेकंडरी फ्लोएम आणि सेकंडरी कॉर्टेक्स असं म्हणतो. सो दिस इज द डिफरन्शिएशन, डिडिफरन्शिएशन अँड रिडिफरन्शिएशन. स्टुडंट, वी आर स्टडीड these three processes in detail in revision lecture, or in theory lecture also we are studied there in detail. Okay, see on this the question number 21. The cells of the tracheary elements become dead at maturity and lose their protoplasm due to deposition of the lignocellulosic cell wall thickenings. This is an example of the first option growth, second option differentiation, third option dedifferentiation, and fourth option it is redifferentiation. So what is the correct answer? The second option it is the differentiation. There is a formation of the permanent cell, means that the xylem and the phloem. Which of the following, next question number 22, which of the following is an example of differentiation? The options they are given. First option, lignocellulosic wall thickenings of the tracheids. Second option, loss of nucleus vacuolization and end wall perforations in sieve tube elements. Third option, elongation, thickening and the emptying of sclerenchyma fibers. And fourth option, all of these. So remember student, all three changes whatever they are given, that changes are the permanent changes. So the formation of the permanent changes or the permanent cell from the meristematic cell, it is called as a differentiation. So all these changes, it is related to differentiation. So what is the correct answer? All of these, means the fourth option, it is your answer. Then the next question number 23. Living differentiated cells which have otherwise lost the capacity to divide can regain the power of division under certain conditions. This phenomenon is termed as, it is called as a dedifferentiation. Means the parenchyma cells, they regain the power of division, and what they form the interfascicular cambium and cork cambium. So what is the correct answer student? It is the dedifferentiation. So second option, it is your correct answer. See student, question number 24. Dash are the examples of tissues formed by dedifferentiation. First option, interfascicular cambium. Second option, cork cambium. Third option, both A and B, and fourth option, it is tracheary elements. So what is the answer? The interfascicular cambium and cork cambium, means third option is your answer, both A and B. So student, with this we will stop in today's lecture. Whatever the questions are remain, you can easily solve at home, because we are studied this part in detail. Okay, you see that theory lecture, you revise your knowledge, and then you solve these questions.